Time for What the Farage now with Nigel. And of course, Boris Johnson has tonight suffered the biggest Conservative rebellion of his premiership as nearly 100 Tory MPs opposed vaccine passports in what will go down as a pretty terrible Commons vote for him. Those brave Tory MPs proved they were the only effective parliamentary opposition, though, as the languid Labour Party helped the government wave through new coercive COVID restrictions, including a mask mandate and mandatory jabs for NHS workers, as well as COVID certification for nightclubs and large events. But Nigel, look, in my view, the big question tonight is with more than a quarter of his party voting against his Plan B measures, what does this mean for Boris Johnson?
Well, Dan, good evening. And it's, I have to say, a rather happier evening than I thought it was going to be. The last really big rebellion that we had was over Theresa May's sellout to Europe. And when we got to the third time of asking, the Spartans held out, which allowed me to come back with the Brexit Party, get rid of Mrs. May. So rebellions can be very, very useful. Interesting, isn't it? Boris Johnson, at the third time of asking, supported Mrs. May's plan, something that's been lost in the mists of time.
Not by you, though. Not by you.
No. Well, I mean, I've always known my chap wasn't quite straight, as it were. But when it comes to politics and things. But look, the good news about this rebellion is it makes Plan C politically impossible. You know, I thought we were heading down the road of having to show vaccine passports to go to the pub to get a pint. Now, this is something very dear to my heart, Dan, dearer than to most people in this country. And I'd already said I wouldn't go to the pub. If I
heard you say that earlier. I was shocked. I was
absolutely, and I really meant it. I really meant it.
No vaccine passport required for talking pints, right?
Quite. But I really think this is important in that sense, that it's going to be very difficult, impossible for Johnson to go further in terms of restrictions. So very, very well done, to all of those people that stood up tonight. And I'm delighted. I've talked to lots of them over the course of the last few days. I even did a little YouTube video this morning saying why you should rebel. So that's good news. Now, your arithmetic, Dan, is flawed, deeply, deeply flawed.
Okay.
It is not 25%. And I'll tell you why. Because, and I haven't got the precise number, but somewhere between 100 and 150 Conservative MPs are either on the ministerial payroll or have PPS-type positions, which binds them with collective responsibility.
Yes. So they could
take that number
without
out,
quitting.
And you're beginning to get to between 40 and 50% of those that were free to rebel that did. That is a massive, very significant number. And what it tells you is that it's over for Boris. It's just a question of time. He's lost respect. He's lost authority. He's lost the ability to lead in a crisis. He has panicked the nation. And I mean, I know lots of us are rebelling, but actually lots of people are deeply fearful out there, hence the running out, of testing kits. People in the street yesterday, I was walking down the high street shopping without a mask. I mean, you'd have thought, that I was the devil. Now, that's not
wielding
unusual
a machete.
For me to feel that way, but honestly, putting fear into the country is irresponsible. It is wrong. It is not leadership. I'd hate to think of this man as a leader in genuine wartime. He just could not do it. So I think it's significant. I think he's lost control of his parliamentary party. He's lost the respect of the country.